The Fan.
8:02, and we are live, KFAN.com/watch. Yeah, we are here. It's President's Day, but we are in studio.
Right.
Mussman's in here with us.
Can't believe I'm here on a holiday.
I know. It's you put up your President's Day tree and everything like that. And
Remember when we were kids, Hawk, and they would do, so they were, that would be part of your lesson plan.
Oh, yeah.
But it felt like you only ever did lesson plans on Washington and Lincoln.
That's right. Yeah,
That was it. Like, there's no other presidents.
Yeah, that's right.
I always felt bad for, like, if you look at, like, Taft.
Yeah.
What do you know about Taft?
I know
he was a fat guy.
He
Yeah.
was a heavy guy, and he had
that
a
was
big old
it.
bathtub.
Yeah. Burr, he got shot. That's it. We have
Yeah.
no idea of what their policies, if
You're
they
right, don't know.
did any great things at all. No, he's just fat.
Did you guys know this? I did not. I will get to sports in a second. We all use Outlook for email, right, Cory?
Yeah.
So if you were on your Outlook right now and you clicked on any email and then you right-clicked on that email and went down to snooze, you could pick there's 5 different options. Let's say you click later today. It'll email you that back at 11 a.m. as if it was a brand new email.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
As a reminder?
Yeah, as a reminder. So it comes in as a brand new email. So if you don't have time to deal with it now, but you don't want to forget about it, you just right-click on that email, go down to snooze, and pick what time of day you want it to be emailed back to you, and it'll do it.
Oh,
Or tomorrow or next week or whenever.
Yeah, then it doesn't get buried as well.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It becomes a new email. Did not know that.
I got to start using that.
Thanks, BuzzFeed. All right. Are we going to do some real sports now?
Yeah, man. I can do that.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Thank you, Builders and Remodelers. You guys rock.
The East crushed the West in the NBA All-Star game last night, 211-186, in the highest scoring NBA All-Star game ever.
What?
Damian Lillard won the MVP of the game. He also won the three-point contest on Saturday, but Cat for the West scored 50 points, the most ever by a Timberwolf. He also scored 31 of his 50 in the fourth quarter, which is the most ever in an All-Star game for a quarter. He's also the fourth player to score 50 in an All-Star game. Ant had 4.
I heard somebody in the overnight show say this, and it's kind of a funny point, right? Damian Lillard scores 39, 11 of 23 from 3, wins MVP, right? Cat scores 50 off the bench, 23 of 35 shooting. But because they have to act like winning the game matters, Damian Lillard gets MVP because the East won.
Cat should have got MVP. Scored 31 and a quarter.
Nobody cares either way. But if you're Cat, you're going, wait, but the game, it doesn't matter who wins. The game doesn't matter. I scored 50.
Right.
Maybe they penalized him for trying in an All-Star game.
Well, nobody tried.
Nobody's trying.
Nobody tried.
The Wolves are now off until Friday when they battle the Bucks at Target Center at 9 p.m., Maxo.
Yeah, it should be a good game. The Bucks, as Cory said earlier, they're free-falling right now. The Doc Rivers experiment is not working out, as it usually doesn't throughout Doc Rivers' tenure. But yeah, hopefully the Wolves get some rest here. It was really cool. Even though All-Star Weekend kind of sucks now, it was a lot more fun, at least around here, just seeing the Timberwolves involved. I thought it was really cool. Ant kind of made it fun, only going lefty on the bit on the skills challenge. I know some people didn't like that, but I thought it was fun. And it just seemed like the players were having fun. So even if the product itself isn't that great, it's fun watching people have fun.
Well, how about how last night during the broadcast, the only part of it I saw, they were saying that Doc is going to give his All-Star check to the former Bucks coach.
As he should. He should give all of his checks, all of his money to. I honestly,
I don't know.
Well,
really don't know.
They said he lost the locker room, quote unquote.
But he was winning games.
Right. They had the third best record in the NBA at the time. They probably still do, or top 5 at least. But they said he lost the locker room. Giannis, Dame, all those guys didn't really believe in him anymore, and so they got rid of him with the swiftness. But yeah, I do think it was funny. I know some Timberwolves fans are mad about it, but I thought Draymond's line was funny yesterday. How he said Cat has 40 and his team is still down 20. This is like the old Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's a good one. That's a good line. But Draymond was pretty good at commentating. Kenny Smith, on the other hand, I'd imagine he has an appointment with HR this morning.
Why?
He was a mess during the freaking Steph and Sabrina Ionescu thing. I mean, my God, He
wouldn't let it go.
He would not let it go.
Yeah.
And Reggie tried to give him several.
About what?
He said she should have been shooting from the women's 3-point line.
He said that. He said she should have had a real ball, quote unquote. And then they started getting into an argument about playing with dolls. And it was so incredibly weird, and everybody was having fun and being normal. And then Kenny Smith is just like, hey, by the way, I don't think women should vote. And it's like, wait, Kenny, what the hell are you talking about, man? It was extremely weird. And and Reggie was terrible too, but I feel bad for Kevin Harlan because I cannot imagine that he had fun on Saturday.
Is that why Kenny last night during the pregame bit was so quiet?
Yes, I would imagine
say anything.
He shouldn't for a long time because he sounded really freaking dumb. And he was just being a hater. He was hating on Kat during the 3-point contest. He just was being weird and being a hater, especially about the Sabrina Ionescu thing. It was such a cool moment, and I thought the actual competition itself worked as good as it possibly was going to work for the NBA. Yeah. And then Kenny just absolutely just tanks it. He made Tony Romo look like Kevin Harlan, honestly, because he was. I'll never slander Tony Romo again after hearing Kenny. It was that bad. It was honestly that bad. It was uncomfortable.
Real quick, Cory, do you have the KFAN.com/watch on right now?
I do not, no.
It looks like Sauce is doing the show by candlelight. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Looks like you're about to take out like a quill and just write with a feather.
Back to the four of us, the 4 different screens again, Zacho. The rest of us look like, well, you're pasty as hell.
Oh.
And Musk looks like he woke up under his car.
Oh, Musk.
Again?
Well, Sauce looks like he's doing the show by candlelight. Why is that, I wonder? Look at you.
The reason is it's the window. It's the window behind him.
To the window.
To the wall.
I like that look on you, Sauce.
And Sauce, now that we're doing the stream in the 8 o'clock hour, now you got to do the dramatic.
Oh, yeah.
You do need to sip it. Say something funny.
All right, so do a story,
yes,
land a joke,
please,
do a sip.
For once in your damn life.
Oh.
This is your new bit.
Yeah, tell the Target joke.
Do something good.
Oh. Why are you so mean?
Oh.
All right.
Now you can sip because you said, why are you so mean? All right. And then go ahead. That's an aggressive coffee cup.
The Wild lost 3-2 in overtime on Saturday night to the Sabres, snapping the Wild's 4-game winning streak. The Wild, Zacho, are back at it today at 1 p.m. when they host the very good Canucks of Vancouver.
Best in the NHL.
Feels like a make or break week for the Wild. A lot of good teams. They got Edmonton coming up as well. They got to get their points wherever they can. It's a home game. Try to use that to your advantage, and hopefully it'll be a fun afternoon at the X.
All right. Hogs?
Hi.
Your Gopher men's basketball team beat Rutgers 81-70. Pharrell Payne led the Gophers with 22. The Gophers are now 16-9 and 7-7 in Big Ten play. They battle Ohio State on Thursday at 7, who just beat Purdue. The Gophers have 6 regular season games left.
Yes!
Yeah, well done. Go Gophers. They beat Rutgers, who'd won 4 in a row. That's cool. Ohio State, with the new coach, they had a big win, and they'll be on the come down from that. I believe the Gophers will win, and I believe we will make the tournament, and the sky is the limit, ladies and gentlemen, with the upside-down pineapple offense.
Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you.
The Daytona 500, Zacho, has been moved from yesterday to today due to weather. It's the first time it's been postponed a full day since 2012.
So we can't play it, but if we were going to blame this delay on anything, Sauce, what would we blame
You
it
got to
on?
blame it on something, right? I think you blame it on the rain.
How does that go?
We can't play it.
So then just sing it.
You got to blame it on something. Blame it on something. Blame it on the rain.
Hawk, turn that off. You can't do that.
Oh, thank you, Zach.
We can't. Oh, that was
You
you.
thought
That
that
was
was him.
me.
You
Yeah.
thought that was him. Right.
Why can't I wish we could play that?
I wish we could actually, pick our racers
Noses?
again.
Why? Oh, yeah, you didn't get the pick.
Zacco didn't even put me on there.
Yeah.
You weren't important enough to be on the wheel.
Yeah,
He
well,
talked me into it the day before. I
Yeah.
said, fine, I'll do it already.
The guy who doesn't like gambling
Right.
finally agrees to it, and then Zach leaves him off the wheel.
Yeah.
And then you had the balls to still say, I'm still picking somebody. I don't care. I'm in.
You were
Breaking
knocked out by
news.
your balls.
Talk somebody into something and disappointed them. I knew it for me.
And I saw, like, right away, I'm looking at the wheel. I'm like, my name's not on there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, maybe he did my full name. Maybe he did the Michael J. Mussman III thing.
No.
And I just can't read it.
But didn't you even say, though, that you noticed it and you didn't say anything?
No. Well, what was I going to do then? He wasn't going to add it in between.
Thank you for your honesty.
Actually,
Well, you could have.
absolutely.
Oh, you son of a...
The digital wheel, Moss. Like,
Nordo will be broadcasting live from the X today.
hey,
Sweet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Does PA know it?
I don't know.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's great, man. Go get him, Nords.
Let's see here. The Twins had their first full team workout yesterday, but it was inside due to the rain.
Nobody cares.
Rain like
Bonus
hell.
cares.
Yeah, he cared. He was probably in there.
God, he looks so happy.
I thought you were
down
man
there.
of the team.
I am. But even God wanted them inside.
Here's Ball
Hold on.
Deli on the start of spring training. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Did you sip?
It's okay.
No, go ahead. Sip it. That's a weird noise.
That was a fake sip.
yep.
Here's Ball
See it?
Deli.
Yeah, it's a great time. I think it's a great time for us, but probably for our fans, maybe more than anything else. So we invite anyone that wants to come down and hang out at Hammond or come see us on the road to come on down. You get to see a lot of all kinds of players.
Seems like they have way more fun with their preseason than other sports do.
Yeah. A lot of catch.
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
That's all I got.
That's it? That was all your sports?
Well, you're skipping one thing.
Yeah,
The
what about
Genesis
Vikings?
Invitational
Oh,
took place
yeah.
over the weekend. Hideki Matsuyama shot a final round 62 to win. He started the day 6 shots back, and he was 125 to 1
Whoa.
to win.
He went 9 under yesterday.
Yeah.
Just absolutely crushed it. So we did the core versus 4. I won $100 from Sauce because he took Scheffler, Rory, JT, and Hovland, and none of them won. Can I ask you golfers who wouldn't golf with Patrick Cantlay a 2024 question?
Of course.
Sure.
Over the weekend, Jordan Spieth signed an incorrect scorecard and was disqualified and got booted.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys aren't on this side, but you might be because you're golf guys. I just don't understand why that's still a thing in 2024. How about just whatever his score is his score? Why does he have to sign a card?
It's so rare that it ever happens, to be honest.
He got a par and he wrote down a birdie, right?
Yeah. It was on a par 3. He had a bogey actually on that, and he put down that he got a par.
Oh, I thought, okay. Go ahead. Yeah. All right.
But nonetheless, you got your caddy right there. You know what I'm saying? And I get where your point is that okay?
This is
we watched
professional
it.
golf.
It's
There's like there's officials on every hole.
Yeah. We're
It's-
watching on the tee.
It's not like Kat goes, man, I scored 48
Kat goes
points
meow.
last night.
right.
Actually, Kat, you scored 50, so now your points don't
But
count.
not every tournament's on television, so.
Well, I
to
get that, but I'm
point.
saying the major tournaments or the tournaments that are PGA sanctioned that have television viewers and there's officials, why are we still signing scorecards? How about just somebody
It's a
kept
tradition.
track?
It's one of those
That's-
things
but-
that you're never going to get rid of because
Tradition's
we've
never
always
a
done
good
it this
excuse.
way. Yeah.
Right, I totally agree that that's why they do it.
Yeah.
It's the honesty in the game.
No,
It's
I'm with you,
2024.
Cory. Yeah.
Let the guy shoot his round and tell him what his score is.
Right.
He shouldn't have to tell you.
I got a
So
buddy
dumb.
who was sitting there going, you know why he did it? Why you think he did it on purpose? Oh yeah, he did it on purpose because Tiger was already out and then JT didn't make the weekend. So he just put out a wrong score so he could party with his friends.
Well,
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
The Dustin Johnson, when he was here playing the 3M a few years ago, everybody that was here said he purposely put like 2 in the water so he didn't make the cut so he could go home. I mean, it's not zero chance. I'm with you, Cory. You can do it all electronically. Like, why are we like? It's one thing if he wrote he got a hole in 1 on a par 5, then you'd be like, "What are you doing?" But I think it's stupid,
Antiquated.
I think it's what's antiquated mean?
This is an honest mistake. He wasn't. It just means it's old. He
old.
wasn't trying to cheat.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, whoops.
If you catch somebody in a tournament around here because it's not televised, it's you're the guy you're playing with or gal you're playing with in the caddies, and that's the only way to keep track of score. That's different. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
This is people. This is golf, right? It's my shooter impression.
Every single shot now in these tournaments is on video.
Right.
If he's cheating, he's going to get caught. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's stupid. I think you just go, oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right. All right, move on.
But
yeah,
the thing is that you don't find that out until he signs the card. So he continues to play all through the 18.
Yeah, he didn't know.
And then signs. And then like, oh,
the only thing that I hate the most about this, because I think the rule is dumb.
Oh.
Well, kind of. It would have related to my happiness. I just wished so much that either Rory, Scheffler, JT, or Hovland was the one that did this.
Oh, it would have been so great if it had been Patrick Cantlay. Yeah, my guys aren't idiots. I picked the right guys. And
You're not a Spieth guy? I thought you liked Spieth.
No, I don't like Spieth. I paid you Saturday afternoon.
He did. Sauce paid me on Saturday, just knowing that those guys. Well, yeah, Scheffler was 9 back to start
Scheffler
today.
couldn't
putt.
I'm being told by a phone number that I don't recognize on my phone because I gave everybody my phone number and then I regret it later. Who they are.
Wait, is it mine?
I don't know who it is, but they say his playing partner actually wrote down the wrong score. He actually attested that his partner wrote down the score correctly. That's what he effed up. So he didn't even write it down himself wrong.
Even dumber then.
Yeah.
Right. Even a dumber
Thank you,
rule.
whomever you are.
I mean, it's just, what are we doing?
Right. Yeah.
What if it turns out like that was my dad?
Oh.
I don't know who I give my number to anymore.
What if the Vikings beat the Niners in the NFC title game?
That'd be sweet.
And freaking Kevin O'Connell puts down the wrong score and we get DQ'd.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings don't go to the Super Bowl because dumbass KOC put in the wrong card.
What would you get from DQ?
Blizzard.
Chicken strip basket.
Yeah.
Probably with
better go
onion
inside
rings,
and order,
cheese
go.
curds.
What? Onion
pretzels.
rings?
Oh, yeah, they got onion rings at Dairy Queen. Then you got the cheese curds, which are outstanding.
You eat them because it's not a lot of onion.
That is correct. Then you go Grasshopper Blizzard or Grasshopper Oreo.
Hawk, would you buy some Dairy Queen?
Sure,
also
buddy.
known as
God, of all the
mint
weird things
Oreo.
that you won't, the things that are awesome that you won't eat or even consider.
I hear you,
Careful,
brother.
Hawk.
And you're
Such
going for onion rings. No way would you have pizza.
No, onion
Like
rings,
onion
though,
rings.
if the batter is 95% of the onion ring.
Oh, so you don't really care about what's inside. You just
I want
the batter.
almost no onion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they sold...
You're a batter guy.
Onionless rings.
Yes. If there was a fast food joint that just sold onion ring batter, they would take all of my money.
Yeah.
All of it. I'd be there daily, probably twice
Onion
a day.
rings.
Now, do you
are
take
so
the
good.
onion out of there when you take
Did
that
when I was
first bite?
little.
Oh, yeah, man, you got to take that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I've
onions
done that.
I
well.
don't even know wiggly worms.
Oh, that was the best. Just unstringing them, just a giant hollow bunch of
With the
grease.
onion flavor, though.
Maybe, but it's, I don't know. Man, onion ring batter's the best.
Yeah, hey, batter.
Yeah, if
Get that onion out of there.
So yeah, if that onion gets a little too like wormy,
Yeah,
and
grody.
yeah,
Almost all of it
Grody
is.
is
it's
what
a
it is.
texture
No,
thing at
onions
that
are
point.
great on everything.
You stop yourself.
It had a couple drinks. Give it a break.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brilliant.
Man, I got to tell you this story about AI making a mistake and costing the company that it was working for. This is interesting. Can you
Don't
want to
know
hear
what
it
you're
now? Or you
talking
may tell you
about.
after
No,
break.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard about this.
Air Canada must pay a Vancouver man a partial refund for his flight ticket that was promised by the site's chatbot. It could be a landmark case for the use of artificial intelligence in business. Jack Meoff asked the airline's artificial intelligence support chatbot whether the airline offered bereavement fares in November of 2022 following the death of his grandmother. The chatbot said the airline does offer discount fares and that Moffat could receive the discount up to 90 days after flying by filing a claim. The airline's actual bereavement policy, however, does not include a post-flight refund and specifically states that the discount must be approved beforehand. But since the AI chatbot told him it did, they have to pay him.
Wow.
I mean, I guess if you're going to have a chat bot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
can't say anything. Speaking of that, when we come back and we start headlines,
Hell yeah.
you think that was a mistake?
Oh, no.
Wait until you hear the one that I have. That was maybe $100, $200 mistake, right? Bereavement refund. This mistake is considerably bigger. Crazy big mistake. We'll tell you about it after this. Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
The Power Hour continues. KFAN.com/watch. You can watch it weekdays at 8 a.m. Powered by Quantum Fiber.
Hey, welcome back. Final segment, Power Trip Morning Show. Yeah, again, we are live right now, KFAN.com/watch. Thanks for tuning in. Again, this morning, celebrating President's Day and mourning the loss of the heroes in Burnsville over the weekend. Covered it earlier in news and such like that. No new news coming out about any of the situations this morning. And, of course, keeping an eye if there's anything that needs to be reported. But other than that, heavy hearts and much love to those heroes and their families and friends. Again, Patrick Morning Show, 1 o'clock this afternoon, by the way. The Wild on this radio station. A 1 o'clock game. Halby says it's real weird. Right, Halby?
Especially on a weekday.
Especially on a weekday.
I'd like to know the history. I mean, we're going to have 9 to noon at the X, and then they're going to be dropping the puck like right then. I mean, it's nuts.
This idea hasn't gripped me.
Morning skate must have been like at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Well, it's a holiday.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, man.
So that's why it's during the week.
Yeah.
You know, why not celebrate President's Day the old-fashioned way?
Mm-hmm.
The 1 o'clock hockey
Hey,
game.
man. Anything to get as a kid, President's Day was great.
Yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
Well, apparently working here, it's not too bad.
Yeah, for some, yeah, sure.
Yeah, for almost
that's
everybody.
fine. You know what? That's cool. It's
No,
cool.
we're still here. We're still making our sponsors happy, like the one that sponsors Headlines.
Yeah, man.
Headlines.
Which happens to be my friends at Wolf River Electric. You can go solar with Wolf River Electric.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
Go solar, Mus. What are you waiting for, Mus? Why don't you go solar?
You just get with the times.
Yeah, Mus.
Yeah, I'm stuck in my old ways, I guess.
Yeah, you're antiquated.
Right.
That's what you are.
It's like a bigger bill.
Whoa.
Right.
That's
You want to
what
get
we
rid of
all
that bill? Go solar with Wolf River Electric. All right. I mentioned before the break a mistake slightly larger than the old chat bot there for the airline. I want you guys to think about what you truly would do in this situation. Pretend you're watching the old TV and you're ready for the old lottery numbers.
Now, quiet. They're about to announce the lottery numbers.
17. 32. 5. 8. 47.
January of last year, a guy named John Cheeks.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
In
man.
relation to Sandy.
Jeez.
We're going to go visit the Cheeks this weekend.
Yep.
Is his middle name Double?
A guy in Washington, D.C. named John Cheeks. He bought a Powerball ticket.
Oh.
A day after the drawing, he goes online. He was like, I wonder how my numbers did. Every single one of them was a match.
Oh, my. Okay.
The jackpot, $340 million. Every number on the old website is exactly the numbers on his.
Slapping cheeks now.
Yeah, congrats, Cheeks.
So he's read enough stories in the past. He's heard all the tricks of the trade. So he took a photo of the ticket, only told one other person about the ticket. Then he went to cash it in, right?
Hell yeah,
Let's go.
man.
Let's get the big check. Here we go.
Washington, D.C.'s official lottery site had posted the wrong number.
Oh, my God.
So instead of matching all 5 and the Powerball, you know how many he had matched? 0.
Oh, man.
He's in the news because he's suing Powerball and the D.C. Lottery. He says they listed the wrong numbers for 3 days, and he wants them to pay up.
And he's got proof that it was posted wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sue their asses for sure.
Yeah, you sue him.
God, the emotions that you had to go through.
So it sounds like he isn't expecting the full $340 million, but he wants something.
Right.
Where do you guys stand on posting the wrong numbers for 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
What should he get if he thought he won 340, but he technically won nothing?
Can I play you some audio first?
Of course.
This is the gentleman talking, and then I believe his I should say his lawyer at the end, who makes a very interesting point, if it's true.
Hey, this ticket is no good. Just throw it in the trash can. And I gave him a stern look. I said, in the trash can. He goes, oh, yeah, just throw it away. You're not going to get paid. There's a trash can right there.
There is precedent for this. A similar case happened in Iowa where a mistake was admitted to by a contractor and they paid the winnings out.
There you go.
Wow.
So, but here's the difference.
Wow.
This is going to be the DC Lottery's comeback.
Okay.
When the lottery made a mistake in Iowa, people had cashed in for between $400 and $200. So this wasn't a jackpot mistake. So they paid out all of those people because there were $4 and $200.
Oh,
So I think they
about
said, well, we can just bite the bullet on this one.
Yeah.
I mean,
But if you're the
it's a good
lawyer of the
question.
DC guy, though, you're saying, well, they paid out all winners in Iowa, right? You would argue, forget how much it was worth.
Sure,
They paid out all the mistakes. Who cares if it was only $200? They paid them out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen there, but what a mess. one of the worst moments of my life in a weird way. My mom, when I was probably in middle school-ish, I think I've told this story once, but it was like a decade ago. Stay with me. She bought a scratch off and misread it.
Oh my!
And was convinced she had won like $100,000. Misread.
Sure.
Not this. This is before we had scanners at gas stations. However, the game worked. She was convinced it was $100K. So she showed us, but surprised my sister and I. Like, we're going to go to Disney. We're going to do this. She had all these. She had the ticket enough, right? She had it a long enough time to already start thinking about all these fun things we were going to do as a family.
Right.
And I don't remember. I think it was my dad. Realized that it was not a winning ticket. That's maybe the hardest I've ever seen my mom cry in her life. She was devastated for us, right? Because she had already processed the whole thing. Like, we have 100,000. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's going to be awesome. Zero.
No.
Right, and that was maybe an hour or two or three. I can't imagine for a day or two or three thinking you had won $340 million, and then you have a guy tell you, just throw it away. It's worthless.
You'd probably spend a bunch of your own money. I know I would. If I was like, I'm sitting.
No, that's what Joe Nelson does.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke.
Well played.
Sure.
Well played.
Man, that is an interesting legal
With
problem.
that precedence, it's got to be at least $1 million for this guy. You would think.
But you wonder if each state lottery has different terms and conditions.
That's the big thing.
Somewhere in D.C. it says basically if there's a mistake on the website, the official numbers are the official numbers and tough bleep. I don't know. We're going to see. Paul, your hands up.
Hey, Hogs Daddy.
Yes, sir.
What happens when you hit a massive jackpot and there's an error? How much do you get?
You get nothing.
You get nothing.
Not a thing.
I mean,
and it is well reported on the machines themselves because they take the machines apart. Man, I'll never forget that. The first time I won a jackpot of any significance, it was like 57 grand or something like that. And I was shocked and amazed and I couldn't believe it. But I sat there and they had a hard time getting the machine to cooperate with the computer. And so I was convinced for a while that I wasn't going to get the money.
They were going to avoid it.
Yeah. And the only thing I kept saying to myself is, this is going to be a great story for the radio if I don't get the money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was crying.
So can you walk me through this though? Because I know what my skeptical brain would be thinking in that moment. I would be thinking, well, if they void this, I have no way of proving them wrong. I would feel very helpless in terms. Malfunction. Got to void it. Sorry, man.
Right.
And then I would walk away going like, oh, I guess
that's it.
Voided.
Not even a ticket to the
I don't know how I can
buffet?
prove that they're lying to me.
Yeah. Right. They did send me to the buffet while they were taking it apart because they knew it was taking too long.
Yeah.
But see, I
was too nervous to eat.
I would have felt like, oh, they're trying to get rid of me.
Right.
They're going to push a couple of buttons. They're going to unplug a couple of things. They're going to say it's a malfunction.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing to see here.
Yep.
I would think that they were just messing with it. Like, they're hooking up the computer up. I don't know what they're doing with the machine. And,
you're right.
And all of a sudden they're like, oh, no.
Oh, checking the specs on the rotary girder.
Right.
Sauce, how many years of Mandarin did you take?
4.
And you can do how much Mandarin?
Ni hao.
Nissan race cars, Zacho and Chris, often have the number 23 because in Japanese, according to this story, 2 is ni and 3 is san.
That's correct.
I did not know that. Max, you know a little Japanese?
Yeah, I can, when I was over there, I could talk to people conversationally.
That's fantastic. Wow. Anyway, so I guess that is Nissan.
Wow.
2-3.
I did not know that. It's too bad that Michael Jordan didn't know that. That could have been a hell of an endorsement deal.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Weirdly, Nissan would also be how you address like a sibling.
Really?
San is like what you put at the end for like respect.
Huh.
Like Daniel-san.
Yeah.
Did you teach yourself Japanese or what?
I did at first just because I was a nerd and because in my little Japanese comics, they had a section where you could learn stuff. But then eventually in high school, I took actual Japanese class.
Well, Sauce took 4 years of Mandarin.
Yeah, it's okay.
You were talking about mistakes. I know you got more to get to. Can I read you a couple of things that I think would play well with your mistakes?
Of course.
Newspaper corrections from around the world.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Now, there's a couple of these that I want to make sure I make clear. This is a real thing that I did not make up, and I had nothing to do with any of these.
Oh, boy.
Some of them are pretty easy, like The Guardian in the UK. I had to print this. In our entry on Garrison Keillor's Lake Wobegon days, we referred to a prairie home companion as a prairie hoe companion. I apologize. No big deal, right?
We got to have those too.
Right.
A companion is a companion.
Yeah.
Especially out on the prairie.
Yeah.
Right.
Got to have somebody out there with you, even if you're paying for it.
Yeah.
Right.
This one, again, this was not me. The Denver Daily News had to print a retraction. We would like to offer a sincere apology for a typo in Wednesday's Town Talk regarding New Jersey's proposal to ban smoking in automobiles. It was not the author's intention to call New Jersey Jew Jersey.
Oh my God. Jeez. Kanye writes for the Denver Post.
Now, the N is next to the J on the keyboard.
It is.
But I don't think that's going to hold up.
The Iowa State Daily. In Friday's issue, the article, Decorate Your Dorm on the Cheap, inaccurately described furniture purchased at the Goodwill as coming complete with that old urine smell. That's not even a mistake. That's just a bad thing to say.
Yeah.
That's not an error. You can't call that an error.
Just flip the cushion.
And what if that actual piece of furniture did have urine smell?
Right.
Yeah.
Then it's not inaccurate at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Better
implying
than-
that all furniture at Goodwill comes with that old urine smell.
And then lastly, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's better than your couch and your suite down in Planet Hollywood that one weekend.
Man.
That was Tom.
Yeah, way to go,
Thanks,
Tommy.
Thank you, brother. Thanks, Tommy. And this one is bothersome, but it is a mistake. The Amherst Citizen out of Nova Scotia had to print the following. Oh, my God. A November 9th story about Nova Scotia's black minority was accompanied by an I can't read it.
Let Max do it. Yeah, let Max do it.
Read that one right there. That's the one.
A November 9th story about Nova Scotia's black minority was accompanied by an inaccurate photograph caption. The photo, said to depict rundown houses around Dartmouth, was actually of a pig farm. The Citizen apologizes for the error.
Jeez.
Dear God.
Whoopsie.
That's a real mistake. Now, that's an honest mistake. That was, I hope. And finally, the Sentinel Review out of Woodstock, Ontario. In an article in Monday's newspaper, there may have been a misperception about why a Woodstock man is going to Afghanistan. Kevin DeClark is going to Afghanistan to gain life experience to become a police officer when he returns, not to, quote, shoot guns and blow things up.
Come on.
Well, maybe that was an exact quote.
Right.
Direct quote from him.
Right.
Oh, man. All right, here's some other crazy ones.
All right, good.
A couple in California has been ordered to pay $1.8 million after they used fireworks in a gender reveal party that started a massive wildfire in 2020. That went on to burn 22,000 acres of land and killed one person.
Yeah.
God.
So they're going to be ordered to pay $1.8 million.
Wasn't there a story like last summer of a gender reveal party where the plane that was going over them with the color of the child, pink or blue, crashed?
Yeah.
The kid's name was Pink or Blue?
Yeah. It was a comic book story.
Was a comic book.
That was a hell of an improv session.
Are you high?
Nice retort.
Are you?
Yeah, very solid retort. A zoo in Nebraska found 70 blanks inside an alligator's stomach.
One more time, it's golf balls.
A zoo in Nebraska found 70 blanks.
Somebody shooting blanks? Is that what
Not
you-
exactly. Inside of an alligator's stomach. The gator had surgery to remove them. Will survive. What do you think?
There was zoo.
Hot dogs.
Now he'd digest those.
Popsicle sticks?
It's got to be something the kids threw in there.
Cigarettes.
Oh, that's it. Cigarettes?
Cigarettes. is a
Cigarettes.
good one.
No.
What do they like down there?
Edible?
Beer cans.
Painties.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint.
Yeah.
The fact that the alligator is in water is the factor here.
Turtles.
No, something that expands or something?
Sponges.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying, instead of if you could flick a cigarette into water, right?
Yeah.
You'd probably just flick it into the ground.
Yeah, right.
What's something?
Oh my gosh, change.
Coins.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Really? People thought that it was a
Good
wishing
one,
well
Zacco.
kind of a situation. Yeah, well, let's just throw our spare change into the... and then somehow this alligator ate 70 of them.
Damn, alligator.
And had to remove them, and the alligator's going to be fine. But the morons thought it was a wishing well, basically, and just chucked them in there.
Man, I'm surprised that he could get those things up off the floor of the game.
No, I'm imagining that he's like sitting up with his mouth open. Like kids are just sitting there trying to throw clothes in there.
Yeah, right.
That's his thing. Yeah. Right.
Don't understand this. Don't have a lot of context. This is just a headline. Somebody can try to explain this for me. For 5 years, a man managed to live rent-free in a Manhattan hotel by exploiting an obscure housing law, but then he got in trouble for claiming he owned the whole building and trying to charge another tenant rent. Live for free in a hotel in Manhattan for 5 years because of some obscure housing law.
And then just got greedy. And when he went to the greed, that's when he got busted.
I guess.
Because he could just sit there living free.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he get I bet he didn't get house cleaning services, did he?
Probably not. Yeah. He put that sign on the knob out there.
But also, please let me live here.
Leave it on the knob.
A cop in Maine just got 4 years in jail for selling blank to children at school while on duty from his cruiser. A cop in Maine just got 4 years for selling blank to children at school while on duty from his cruiser.
Is it a drug of some sort?
Cocaine.
Yep.
Marijuana.
Fentanyl.
Nailed it.
Oh, my
Fentanyl is the right answer.
Good God.
Throw away the
How do you only get 4?
Kids.
Yikes.
Right.
Yeah. Put him away forever.
Crazy.
Bleep.
That's incredible.
kids? Where do kids get money?
They sell fentanyl.
I guess.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Venmo.
boy.
Jesus.
OnlyFans and lemonade stands. Title of the podcast.
No,
Don't do that.
Hey,
You're going to be in that same meeting with Kenny Smith.
in unmarked vans and
a doorbell cam in Tennessee caught a porch pirate.
That sounds like something racist.
It does.
A lawn jockey.
Yeah, it sounds like something from Gran Torino.
But this time it was a dog.
Oh.
I'm surprised that doesn't happen once in a while, a little more often. That a dog just, because like my dogs love ripping apart cardboard boxes. So if one was on a porch,
Are they looking for fentanyl?
I'm surprised it doesn't happen once in a while. But anyway, apparently that's a thing now. Earlier this month, an anonymous man in Michigan walked into a place called the Mason Jar Cafe, ordered $32 worth of stuff, and then left a $10,000 tip. This made the news a couple of weeks ago.
Dang.
Pretty cool, right? An anonymous man walks in, $32 worth of stuff, leaves a $10,000 tip. Well, now, just a couple of weeks later, that waitress has been fired. The restaurant claims it has nothing to do with the tip. It was just a, quote, business decision.
Wow.
Something's going on here.
Oh, she came in there acting brand new. She got that tip.
That's interesting timing.
Yeah.
Right? I wonder what she did or what they claim she did to fire her just a couple weeks later.
Yeah, that's really weird. Man, that'd be sweet.
These always piss me off. A guy in Michigan bought his first ever lottery ticket and won $500,000.
What the hell?
First ever. It was his 21st birthday.
Lottery tickets are sweet.
$5 scratch off and it won $500,000.
Hell yeah, man.
And then you never play again
yeah, no.
after that.
No, you
And
keep
you walk
playing.
away. No, you
Gotta
get a big
retire.
win, you walk away.
Cory, you keep playing, right?
I don't think so. Well, my brother won $10,000 in the old Powerball or Mega Millions. He's like, I'm done. That was it. Right. He chased one of those when it was like $1 billion plus, and he hit for 10K, which is insanely impossible. And he's like, I'm done. That was the closest I'm ever going to do with the lottery.
Smart play.
Probably
absolutely.
smart.
You're thinking playing with house money?
Yeah, you just keep gambling.
Yeah.
I would say you take that money to the casino, not necessarily back to the lottery. That's what I would do. Chris, you might have the best chance at this. Actually, you might have a shot at this, too.
Give her hell.
February 19th, today's date. What year did Coca-Cola introduce Cherry Coke?
Ooh, Cherry Coke. I thought you were gonna do the,
Right, people have made vanilla Cokes and Cherry Cokes forever.
Yeah.
At a bar or at a diner or something. But this is when they actually rolled it out as an official product. What
I'm
year?
picturing the early cans of this. I'm going to say 1988.
Yeah, because that wasn't in '84 when they did. They changed
Coke?
up the
Right.
yeah. So I would say I'm going to say 1989.
78.
You guys are just a little late. 1985.
Okay.
Rolled out Cherry Coke.
Wow. Man, I loved it.
Yeah, Cherry
great
Coke
stuff.
Wales.
Yeah.
If Chris doesn't nail this, I bet he misses it by a year at the most.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it a 3-year window because he's either going to nail it, miss it by one on the upside or the backside. Here we go. February 19th of what year did AC/DC's lead singer Bon Scott die in London at the age of 33 from choking on his own vomit after a bunch of drinking? What year did Bon Scott die?
I'm almost positive it was 1980.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Exactly
How about
1980.
that?
Nice job, Hogs.
Thank you.
And then how quickly did they
Replace him?
Yeah.
Very quickly. I think 81 is when
Back in Black?
Back in Black came out.
Yep.
That is correct.
The album of the
good,
year?
Thank you.
The album of the year, right?
Yep.
And now they can't tour because they're all deaf.
Okay.
You got to do it.
Do it again.
Go ahead.
Do it again.
Now they can't tour because they're all deaf. What? Now take a sip.
God, that hurts my throat so
God, they're
bad.
great, though.
It's really good.
Button bar.
All right, last one. Stupid criminals. This is insane. A 23-year-old guy from Oklahoma. His name is Isaiah Walker. He was arrested after he stole a semi-truck from a truck stop in Arizona. The truck was carrying 10 Chevy Corvettes.
Wow.
Worth over $1.25 million. So he takes the truck that is carrying the Corvettes.
Right.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
Police tracked him down.
Well, however could they do that?
Exactly. Not easy or not difficult to find him. He initially refused to pull over, but they eventually got him to stop and he was taken into custody. He had just been released from prison. And this is the first thing he did. So police are like, why did you steal the truck? He claimed it had nothing to do with the Corvettes. And it sounds like they might believe him. His reason for stealing the truck with the 8 Corvettes, he, quote, needed a ride home.
All right.
It sounds like somebody who just really likes prison.
He was charged with 11 counts of felony theft.
Jeez.
What if he's telling the truth? I mean, he's the dumbest guy in the history of Earth
Right.
if you just think you can steal a truck with 8 Corvettes because you need a ride home. But there has to be a chance he's just this dumb.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Yeah.
That he actually thinks, I don't know how I'm going to get home. I guess I'll just steal that,
Yeah.
that semi that's
A life of crime,
dragging
man.
8 Corvettes. I can't get one of those Corvettes down. I'll just
Maybe
take the whole thing.
realize he's so unattractive he'll never be able to a ride. Just standing on the road. Can't flash a little leg. Hope to get picked up.
Oh.
No one's done this?
No.
Zach,
No,
I'm going to let
I've
you go
never
first.
thumbed a ride
Have you
before.
hitchhiked, Bus?
Kinda.
Zach, last one out of me.
Hawk,
I'm going to
have
let you
you?
go first. Ready, Zachary?
Yes, sir.
Jeff Daniels, who plays Harry in Dumb and Dumber. You're familiar with Jeff Daniels?
I'm familiar.
It's his birthday today. How old is he?
Oh, boy. 69?
Nailed it.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
He is?
Happy birthday to Jeff Daniels.
Wait, Hawk, you've hitchhiked?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ran out of gas. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a nice dude.
Yeah.
We had
Similar.
fun. We had a good run.
Similar situation. And I guess it's really not, it's kind of hitchhiking a ride.
Yeah.
When I would walk up to hockey practice, because we were like 5-6 blocks away from the rink.
Yeah.
And if it was cold and snowy, I would wait till I'd see a car coming. And then I'd purposely fall down. And then people
What are you,
would pull
Ted
over.
Bundy?
People would pull over and they'd be like, hey, you okay? Yeah, I'm just walking up to hockey practice. It's cold. Hop in. Give you a ride up there.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. And then we never saw him again.
Never saw
What a
him
scam.
again.
Can't do that
Yeah.
anymore, can you?
Oh, it's great.
No.
Between that and my dad was so cheap after hockey practice, he wouldn't come up and get me or like give me a quarter to even, make a call to have him come get me.
Yeah.
So he told me, call collect to the house. So I would call, when I'd get done with practice, I'd call collect to the house. Do you accept charges from Mike? Nope. And then he just 5 minutes later, his car pulled off.
Pretty smart.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually genius.
Yeah.
So scariest moment of my hitchhiking career, because I've never hitchhiked, but I once picked up hitchhiker. Only happened once, and I will never do it again. Dude's got this giant duffel bag, and I'm like, hop in, that's fine. He goes on to tell me his genius idea about, you remember 8-minute abs?
Yeah.
Sure.
He had the idea for 7-minute abs, and he was dead serious about it. And I'm like, well, then why don't you just do 6? And he got super pissed. And then there was like this weird, awkward silence, and then he ended up getting out at the next rest stop and running away, but terrifying.
Does he know that movie?
Not even a hamster on a wheel. 6.
What is that from?
Yeah, that's a line in the movie. He does know. Yeah.
What is that from?
It's from.
You can do it.
No.
You can do it.
There's something about Mary.
Nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not 6, 7.
Yeah.
I like how he calls the 7 dwarfs the 7 dwarfs. 7 dwarfs.
What's that guy's name?
7, man. Harlan Williams.
We had
him on the show. He was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was
dude, man.
hilarious.
Funny dude.
Yeah, very funny.
Going back some of Grandpa's cough
Oh,
medicine.
God, what a great scene that is.
Dude's hilarious.
Funny dude.
Watch your
Half
mouth.
baked, right?
Yeah.
Half baked too.
Yeah, he's the.
Love that guy.
Hungry Girl?
I was talking to the horse.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
The first time I heard that.
Man,
Oh,
peed my pants
yeah.
watching that movie.
You hungry, girl?
Happy President's Day, everybody.
Oh, I forgot about how good that line is.
All right, Mustard American Treasure. See you next week.
Love you guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Where are you at tomorrow night?
We're at, what is it again?
Is it Park Place
Park
Sports?
Place. Yeah, in St. Paul Park. Yeah,
Great
5 to
place.
7.
Never there.
They're a good event,
Yeah, you and I
man.
were
Yeah.
there. What is it?
They got
7,
great stuff.
7 to 9?
5 to 7, actually.
5 to 7 tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
glad
Stop
I
on
asked.
out. It's going to be a great time.
Right on. All right, everybody have a nice Monday. 9 to noon is next. It sounds like Nordo from the X, the old Vox in the Box.
John
featuring-
Hines right off the bat.
Is that right? Head coach of the Minnesota Wild right after this. Power Trip Morning Show back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. See you then.